don't remember if this forms an airlock. We'll work that one out. So we can build the wire up through there. We'll come out. Ah, okay, so cat lady can't dig that. So just pop in the telescope there. Put in the tile. Just hope that works as an airlock. If not, I suppose I'll build a manual airlock there, and it's not a problem. Ah, no, that's granite too, so she can't get that. Okay, so we can go over there, so that's fine. But yeah, in which case, just go this way. Is that an airlock? Yeah, there's no gas in that. Cool. So we can then run this up. And just I can't do that because it's a material I don't have. Anything here? Low on food again. Just gonna murderize some of those, but I don't know why we're so low on food. Maybe I haven't done the numbers right. Okay, I suppose Catalina's our researcher as well for bread bolts. Anyway, she'll crack on with that, so we'll get that researched. Okay, so this is the carbon dioxide line. And which one are we sending out? Sending out CO2. So we don't waste any oxygen. This will also help with the breathability down here a bit. It's good. So we can just use the Dupes exhalation to power a rocket. It's always a good thing. Put him on critter ranching. We're going to need a lot of ranches. Right, how are we on suits? We've got another suit. So I think that's the correct one. Awesome. So now we can also... Which one was the volcano? This one. That's nat gas. That's the volcano. So we should start opening this up. Oh, and we should also continue this down. So this is kind of moppable levels really, isn't it? This isn't anything major here. So we'll keep going down. Just speed that up now. And then this volcano over here. Just coming from this way. Just so we don't spill a load of oil everywhere, which would be mildly annoying. So what we'll do is we'll build we'll just contain it around here, and we'll just make a nice decent sized chamber. We'll crack it open from that side. Crack open it, don't know what I'm on about. Word order. So we'll leave that tile, which is the one we don't want to dig, if we want it to stay dormant. Not dormant, but to stay idle, and we can pop down in here, and we're going to need obsidian, so don't forget that obsidian will melt. Is the only thing that won't melt. I'm using igneous rock insulation, even though that technically will melt against magma. It will melt so slowly that it's not going to be an issue. When I said that, I'm going to swap this to obsidian. I'm going to go back on that. I'm going to use obsidian, just so it won't melt. Actually, I don't have enough. Okay, I don't have enough. It'll be fine with igneous for a long time. You can always look to replace it, especially if you leave a liquid lock in there. in there. And we'll discover that little bit of map, so that's not going to hurt. Right, and what's going on down here? So we're spelling... Okay, so the steam is pushing across, which is rather annoying. So what we should do is just... If we just do that, we just make a little trap. Cool. Just bump that up. Coal gens. And let's just come down, continue the pole. And then we can mop this up. And then we can keep going down. Now we're all suited and booted. We don't have to worry about heat. Excellent. Cool, cool, cool. Excellent. So down we go. Just take this off to the side so we can drain the oil. Meanwhile, Bubbles is going to help dig this out. That's a reasonable sized magma chamber. I mean, the goal is really to get it so that you, it's kind of, that your boiler's using less magma than you're producing. So actually the chamber size doesn't matter at that point, as long as it's big enough to give you a bit of a buffer. And we should transition off of that hopefully not too long. It's going to be the goal. Ideally I like to use the aqua tuner setup, which I will do and when I make gas boilers for this. I'll tell you what though, I could also come across here because I'm keen to explore this a bit. Just need to get more vision on the map. I mean, we've almost found all of it. I suppose now I can come over here, so there's some diamond, which is always nice. We'll dodge the oil so we don't make more spills. Yeah, let's dodge that. So if we just come across down to... there's a nice... Yeah, that'll all pool up there, so no need to be too worried. So we'll discover that. I mean, the goal here is really to discover the entire map. So this is all traversable up to here. Then this gets a bit hairy there. Two. Just kind of digging the minimum I need to dig. We'll do that and then actually get them all the way across. So just trying to find the entire map really. There's another oil reservoir there. So all these oil reservoirs are going to get right in the way of my plans. But then I knew there were a lot of them. That's why I chose this map, so... see what, we'll just turn this off. Got quite a lot of plastic. I think there's 1.5 tons in the storage bin, yeah. So this is ready to go, it just needs oxygen as well. Got another suit, excellent. Got another suit, so I think there were... I asked for 12 and there's 14 docks, so that's all of the suits made. So everyone now has their own suit. And I think Catalina's just finishing off just the wires, and then she'll grab the telescope and we'll get that done. So we'll get the star map going. So we've got space in progress, which is good. Then, yeah, so read fiber wise, okay, we're still 0 units because we've used pretty much everything to make this up, but we've got enough reed fiber coming. Food stable, water stable, something else has gotten in here which is a bit annoying. Okay, Yeah, and then this has come down and done that, which I thought it would. So we just mop that, try and keep it a bit clear. Or I'll tell you what, we just thinking if we box this off, I can kind of stop liquids falling down. There, and then we can just go straight down. No nothing to worry about with that. Yeah, we have, so they came across here, didn't they? Haven't quite got to here. Just think that's probably enough. So it could come across here. This is definitely gonna end up in the water. Okay. Yeah, do it carefully like that. And then the edge of the map is only over here, so pretty much there. Did we dig all this? We did dig all this. But they only got to there, so could use a move command, but we'll just set them a dig. Tankicho? I don't know how to say that, but thank you for raiding. I didn't get a notification for this. Tanky, that's much easy. Tanky is it 2 words? It's 2 words. Thanks for the raid. I don't think I've been raided before. I can't remember. Maybe a couple of people. It feels like it's going a bit slowly. I want things to go quicker. I'm just trying to stabilize the colony first, so I can get enough of everything for the dupes, and then we can start piling them in. Also trying to find the map. So I've got a million different things going on. We got metal refining, we got research, we got exploring, space is going up, petroleum boiler I'm trying to start on with the volcano. I've got an aluminium volcano over here I'm trying to capture. I've just sorted out the suits. There's a million different things going on. This is the problem with the DLC. You've got to do lots at once. You've been playing only as well, I'm guessing, with the fellow Duke Wrangler. Let's grab the plastic. Almost functional. I hope so. I have a lot of time in this game, so I have high expectations, but I know it's a difficult game, so it's tricky for beginners as well, and lesser experienced players. And there we go, all the guys are there. So water, but you pick it up bit by bit. 30 degrees. So how's your base going? Are you struggling with some bits, or barely surviving? You set, oh no, you set difficulty sliders to max. Yeah, I'm assuming that's sarcastic because I can guess why, but yeah, I have played max difficulty settings before, and you know, I found almost. So tell me what you think, but I found it didn't make it more difficult. It kind of just made it long. The disease effect kind of has not really much difference. It's the food one that gets you, because they need to eat all the time, which means you need so much more food. You need to do so much more farming, and then they spend half the day eating as well. I just found it slowed everything down. And so after that, I was like, yeah, this isn't really doing what I wanted to do. I'm fine with it being hard, you know, but it just felt long. It didn't feel hard. Yeah, so much meal with an extra hour just to finish eating. Yeah, I found they eat during the middle of the day, and you're trying to get them to do stuff, and they just yeah, just not fun. I gotta say, after I did one run on that, I rethought, and I have done it since. Why is this? Do I get a little bit? Oh no. Oh. Tell you what, should we just use this opportunity to rip this up? I need to replace this with gold. Oh, I think someone's following. My I've really got to fix this stream lab. Sorry, someone just followed. I can't see who. Maybe that was you, Tanky. But shout up in in the chat. Ooh. Appreciate all the follows. And I'm trying to work out what's going on with Streamlabs. Because I set this all up. I got the noise. Hopefully you could hear the noise, but I'm not getting anything coming up on the stream, so it's a bit difficult for me to track. Just log in and see if I can work that one out. But yeah, appreciate the follow. Stream's a little bit irregular over here on Twitch, unfortunately, but my YouTube, which is on GC Fungus as well, there's a lot of good Oni content that I've been working on for that. Gonna prioritising that, I suppose, a bit. I've got loads of tutorial bites and guides. Yeah, no worries. I'll try to work it out. But thanks for the follow. But yeah, I'll use this opportunity to plug my my YouTube channel. So I'm making the these VODs go up on the YouTube anyway. I think it's easier to digest in that form rather than the Twitch VODs. Plus the Twitch VODs get deleted, obviously. And then yeah, I'm trying to make a tutorial bites series which covers pretty much every topic I can think of, in oxygen not included. So there's new videos coming for that as quickly as I can make them. It's kind of coming out at around one a day on average, but that's where a lot of my focus has been going. So I just thought I'd jump on tonight and keep going with this. I mean, I'm excited to try and get this towards the late game. I think this is where it's going to be more exciting. The start of this, I suppose, has really just been about setting up, getting Oasis stabilised, and then once the systems are stable, I can take on loads and loads of tubes. But I'm not gonna rush on to do that until I'm stable. Keep that in mind if you get sick of trying to engineer your own. Yeah. So no, that's good fun. We love the challenge for Oni. That's what makes it interesting. Building these complex systems. So yeah, this map's crazy because I've got 38 oil reservoirs on the map. So I'm going to try and use them all to support water, really. So sour gas boilers are going to be the name of the game, and I've got 12 planned, although I think I did some calculations, so I could probably have 15 on this map. If I have space for them, that's going to be the challenge. So I calculated 12 takes up more or less the height of the map. So 15 might be a bit more of a stretch. We'll see. I think this will be glorious if my PC can handle it and the game can handle it. But I'm just trying to chug through this kind of early and mid game stuff to get a stable, and then the plan is rip up the entire map, really, to get it all how I want it. So I don't know. I hope this bit's interesting. People do keep dropping in. Appreciate the raids and the viewers and the people in chat and the people watching the YouTube video. But I know I'm pretty sure. Give me a couple hundred cycles, and this is going to get giant. Yeah. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I'm going to beat the record. I don't actually know what the record is. This is the problem. I have said this before. That no one seems to have posted a record, so I'm trying to get a feel for what people's personal records are. Tanky, where have you got to? 20, 100, more, less? But yeah, I think I'm aiming to get to 400. So if I get to 400, I'm pretty sure I'll be safe with that. with that as a good number. So, but that's going to need a lot of oxygen. Oxygen's going to be the challenge. Where are we? Right, okay, so carbon dioxide, that carbon dioxide line's looking good. Except that has no power. Got power there. Can power that. A grand total of 12, okay, alright. I think I've matched you there, I think, already. So, that's good, but yeah, you haven't talked for that very long, yeah. That definitely tends to happen, I think, well, particularly from whenever you first start out, the maps really don't last very long. And then you get, you maybe do 30, 50 cycles, and then you get to 100, and then maybe 200. And I think once you get all of the game systems to a point where you're quite happy with it, you can fairly easily go a couple hundred, and then probably towards 1,000. And then you can just become sustainable. Once everything's sustained, then you can go really long, but you can go usually as long as your PC will handle, because by the time you get towards that late, things start breaking or getting really laggy. Right, I'm running out of power for. No, okay. Because she's focusing on the researching over power generation, because she's researching. I don't know why these haven't got any coal. I thought I had coal on this map, or have I just not dug any up? Maybe I'm just being silly. I swear there was some coal. I mean, was that reachable? Was it reachable? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Those Dupes aren't supplying those coal generators, but oh well. Cool. Is that another geyser? I don't know if I checked that one. Salt water. Okay, so that's another water one. But oh my god, there's so many oil reservoirs. I don't know how I'm going to build anything on this map. I did have giant plans to build stacks of, sour gas boilers, natural gas generator rooms for the sour gas outputs, giant base living areas. I need slickster ranches, and then cooling and oxygen production. So I've kind of got a width of the map plan. But I'm going to have to dodge all of these oil reservoirs, so I need to, and geysers, so I need to dig everything up, I need to cap everything off, and then probably spend spend an hour planning. I won't do that on stream, because that would be a very boring stream, I think, me planning. But we'll do that off stream and try and work out where I can actually place everything. But I think we just need to capture everything first. And the exploration is good, and we must be near the bottom of the map. This is not an offset printer pod, so I think the bottom of the map's probably here-ish, miles off. Of course, it's hard to tell because there's no there's no oil biome. There's oil biomes everywhere, rather than that being a specific thing. So what I want another spawn, because I need to make oxalite, and I also need to feed my rockets oxygen, and I think these are, when I say struggling, they are starting to fill up now. I've just transitioned over to suits in the last kind of 20 odd cycles. I'll tell you what I could do here though, is I could definitely start setting this up. So if I put this as steel, use something that won't melt, which is aluminium's a pretty low melting point as well. So this is going to cool. I mean, honestly, I think I can just cool the steam turbine. I don't need to do anything else. So if I let's pop this like that. So we'll pull it out, and then I'm thinking we bridge up here. We'll use a little bit of aluminium. I mean, we don't need to go nuts, so this will do fine. We can do that. We can bridge up there. So that'll be our bypass. We'll use, we've got the thermosensor. Unfortunately, we'll have to use steel. I hate using steel. But we'll do that. We'll power this down. And then again, we'll use steel to be safe. I mean, I've got quite a bit of steel. So that's powered, and then shipping-wise, I don't think shipping-wise I need anything, do I? I'm just thinking. But we're also going to need to vacuum this out, so we'll do that. And that's going to need power too, and we can make that out of lead. Let's get the oil in here. We'll make a liquid lock. This should form a vacuum lock, so we'll vacuum that there. And another plug for my YouTube, but did make a video on liquid locks, and I did include in that this stairs design, which forms a little liquid lock around these two steps, and put a vacuum in the middle. That's a good dupe. That's a good dupe, but I can't take anymore. Although my food's gone nuts. No, maybe some things have died. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. Fine. So still down on seeds. These poor Dracos are probably starving in here. Oh, well, we've got plenty in here. Can move them later. Alright, so we're capturing that. The oil. Tell you what, you can just mop that up. We mop that up. We'll also need to sweep this out because most of the stuff will melt in magma, which is not useful. Not what we want. Okay. So good. Yeah, so as per usual, we got a million different things going on. So star map's kind of coming together a little bit there. At least we've got these two planets. We've got the research rocket. I think we'll use the research rocket to get the petroleum rocket up, and then we can send that out a lot further. We'll start doing research that way, and we'll save this carbon dioxide for the orbital research. We're going to need that. Let's see, yeah. So, okay, so we still... right, so we're a bit stuck on that because we don't have Catalina, but that's fine. She'll be done soon. She can come back. Remember to bring her suit with her. Excellent. Just checking my OBS. So I've got the alerts on there. I'll test that offline. It's I don't know why that's not working. If you set it all up, a bit annoying that. So you spend all the time setting it up and then it doesn't work. Why is this unreachable? It shouldn't be unreachable. Because this is reachable. Oh, because they can't. That's a one tile high gap. We'll just dig it up. It's fine. It's dormant. They're usually dormant for ages. So what I probably should do is just pump priority on this stuff. And sweep stuff too, because we don't want that. I'm probably pouring loads of oil in here, aren't I? Which is not so clever. Okay. Yeah, so this is formed a vacuum lock here, so this can now be completely temperature safe. But what we can do actually is I can put two liquid layers in here, so I can fill that up, and then we'll have that going. So that's brilliant. And if there is anyone in the chat, say hello. By all means, do. So appreciate you watching or just lurking. That's more than fine. So I think we're just working on the steel here. We've got another 1600. That seems a bit low. Especially given there's iron coming through. I don't know if this iron's been useful. Just building up to there. I did say another spawn. Why don't we? So if we just dig through like this, we'll just drain this pool. Just keep checking. So Catalina's just finishing around here for now. There's a lot of objects, unknown objects. Hopefully they could be planetoids, I don't know. I wonder if the star is smaller than the moonlit one. Maybe I'm just mad, or it's a bit hard to tell. I swear the moonlit one was bigger. They might get away without hydrogen rockets, I don't know. I have a provision for them and I can make it just fine. I probably need to think about infinite storage for gas and liquids at some point. I had a plan, I think, to put it somewhere near the top here. So we'll make that up. I'm thinking Escher waterfall for the liquids, and I'll just do the door compressor for the gases as usual. Again, check out my tutorial bite for that if you want to know how to do infinite storage. You can store as much gas as you want, or liquid. It's a neat video. Seems to be very popular, that one. Which is good. But we'll be doing that, so I'll demonstrate that, and I'll demonstrate the petroleum boiler as well. So we got to have the magma play. Right, so we're researching. I'm just keen that this all gets swept out really quickly, otherwise we're going to have problems. Where do we put this? I'll tell you what. Just stick a bottle empty down there, and we need to get this oil out. Although I don't think it's an issue in these bottles, but it feels a bit risky leaving those bottles in magma. Don't know. They are good, but let's not tempt fate. Oh, right. So this is trying to erupt, but it can't, which is lucky. Well, not lucky because we've left that that tile on purpose. So yeah, for anyone that isn't familiar with this, the geyser or volcano or vent will only erupt if this tile, which is kind of, I remember it as one up, one right from the bottom left tile, is covered. So as long as you don't dig that, it's not open and it won't put anything into the map, but you also can't analyze it. So that's fine. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of material here, I think. I need more dupes. This is going to make things quicker, isn't it? So we got barbecue. Got a lot of meal ice. Area complete. Right, brilliant. So if this area is complete, I'm going to bring Catalina back because I don't need her here. So let's pop that on and get her in and bring her back. And we can continue on with the materials research because she's the only one that can do it. That's good, that's 12 out of 12. I've just left that second planet for now because all the focus is on this planet, which is going to be my enabler to keep progressing really, so that's why we're focusing on it. Okay, so those germs have died, I think probably because of the heat too. So we'll just open this up to refill that tank a little bit. Don't need to go nuts. So I think the main focus right now is on getting this swept. So sweep only. We also need to get this vacuumed out. And I do need to leave this as a liquid lock. So if we do it like that, so then it gives us, yeah, I think that's, that's more than enough. We'll spit a little bit of oil down there, but that's only 5 kilos, and that'll actually make the lock for us. So if we prioritise those, that. I do love that little stairs liquid lock. It makes its own little vacuum in it as well as the liquid cascade, so it's just the best. It's so time efficient. Although now this is because they haven't built this. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to pour some liquid down there myself, but that's no biggie. Make sure that gets swept up. Put some more on there. Are they stuck? They're stuck. Whoops. How much is here? That's just a couple kilos. Let's dig themselves out. Good. Yeah, and that's it. So as the liquid falls through, it just deletes that tile, and now this is a vacuum lock. We can also delete this as well. We can just pop that in and get to build it and delete it. Let's just see how much time we've got. I really hope this doesn't go off with all this stuff in, otherwise we're going to end up with liquid everywhere. We're going to end up with liquid copper and I don't even know what fossil turns into. I assume it's igneous rock, but we don't want it. Yeah, it turns into magma, so that's fine. So just build that in, delete it, and now we've got a double vacuum block, so there's two vacuums here. It's completely overkill, and then we need to pump this out too. So Yep, we can just draw this across. Bit of a tortuous path, unfortunately, but there's loads of lead everywhere, so... We'll just pop it here, because that's gonna do it. And we'll vent it here, and we'll just dig across. Priority 7 that, so to keep on trying to sweep this out. So if you're going to open up a volcano, definitely needs to be a vacuum, needs to be liquid locked, and you need to clear all the debris out. You might be able to leave some rocks in, because they'll just melt into magma anyway, but it's usually advisable to do everything. Why is this not working? Why is this max gas pressure? So if we got a little bit... Is that polluted oxygen, or... Why is that polluted oxygen there? Because I didn't sweep this water, that's why. Okay, we've got printables. Just grab the coal. I can't really take on any more dupes right now, in all honesty. I'm not in a position to do that. I need a way of dumping rid of that polluted water, because it's going to cause major issues. Don't know where to put it. Don't really have a... I kind of want this. I kind of want it here, to be honest, because I can actually start just making it there. I'll tell you what, we can put water in here too, and then we'll put the polluted water on that one to get it out. That's it, okay. So we're running a bit of an open thing right now, which isn't good, but we'll survive. Water's fine. Okay, so that's dormant, and okay, next activity is 40 cycles. So, phew, we're safe. Nothing here's going to melt. That's good news, but also it's going to be a while before I can get this boiler online, so I suppose that's probably enough time to build it. It's going to take a while. We should get this volcano online before then. So we've kind of got those two projects going on. The star map's done. The rocket... right, the rocket needs to spawn, which is why I was digging this up. So this is the problem. And I hope everyone's following along. I tend to move quite quickly, so... I'm going to jump in between projects, jump between ideas, but I'm trying to get everything done at the same time. If you... obviously, if you do one at a time, it takes you longer, so... let's pop some polluted water in here. And then we can get them to pull that out. And then we can close this back up. So we'll just get this vacuumed out as well. And then we'll start making the magma blade. I think I can do that. Just wondering if I... This is where I'm going to have to double check some reference design. Okay. Apologies for that. Let's just check something out. Also, so 1, 2, 8, 9, yeah, and 10 is down, so that's what I thought. So do 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, and then 10 is down, so that's... This is what we're going to look like here. So we can kind of start building out the petroleum boiler design. And if we just lay it out, we can work out the specifics later. So I think that's one too far. So the door goes across there, and a door goes across there. Then the magma blade goes in here. And we'll leave this buildable. So we've got to be able to construct it. And this should be accessible. Ideally, I'd like to have strip mine this out a bit beforehand, because it makes life a lot easier to build. So let's just add this in. This is going to be stuff to build later. And then this is going to be the start of the boiler design. So I think if we drop the magma side this side, we can put the boiler snaking through this right hand side to make it fairly compact. That's a reasonable plan. We'll sweep out the sand, otherwise it'll turn into glass, and you don't want liquid glass in your magma room. Not a good idea. Okay, yes, we've just dumped a little bit of polluted water in there. I'm just thinking that's ready to go, to be honest, this... So I wonder if I should prioritise that over this, because this is going to take a while, to be honest. But I'm kind of good. I'm good with them sweeping it out. I mean, we should probably sweep it out. Just go for a blanket dig. I'm sure Bubbles will get her teeth into that. So I think we should be focusing over here, to be honest. Seems like a more sensible place. Now that's idle, not dormant, so that can erupt as soon as we open it up. It could erupt. Why are people idle? Because we're struggling. Why are we struggling for oxygen? I don't get it. Why have we got no water? Don't want to fill that up. What is this? Hold on, I'm completely confused by this loop now. Right, I've just joined completely the wrong things. Is that still flowing? Yeah. Okay, right. That's right, that connects up to there. But why is this run out of water from here? I don't get it. It's not empty? This should be empty. It's just too many high priority jobs. There we go, worked out the problem. And then people get idle. Just a cascade of failures. As soon as one thing goes wrong, everything else goes wrong. Although hopefully everything should be recoverable, rather than kind of a death spiral. I don't think we're going to have any death spirals. Right, so that's basically erupting now, I think. So if we just let that finish, then we can open it up, and yeah, okay. So let's do that. I'm surprised that's not reachable. I thought, oh, because they can't get in here. Okay, it will be reachable when they open it up. Yeah. Cool. So we've got the right stuff there. So this should be operational pretty quickly. Just need the guys to get on it. And now the oxygen's coming back. Should be fine. Just checking the temperatures. So things are starting to get a little bit toasty. I think that's mostly because of this bomb input. So what happens is this oxygen stabilizes quite hot, kind of 70-80 degrees. So usually I prefer to cool the base rather than trying to cool the input or trying to cool the oxygen at this side. I just cool the base area. It's definitely better to cool the oxygen than the water because the specific heat capacity is much less of the oxygen. So it's way more efficient to cool the oxygen than the water, but you can cool the oxygen at source. I just prefer cooling the base because I think it's where they're going to be living anyway, so easier to do that. That's right, so we've got an analyze on here. Just wondering, I don't think I even need to build this, to be honest. So if I can do the nice clever trick here, where this is on, so because I've got a layer of oil, I can fill the second layer up with polluted water, and I can fill a third layer up with water, so I can fill this entire room. I'll demonstrate here when I get enough liquid. So I don't actually need to vacuum this, because it will either push it out or delete it. Oh god. Yeah, okay, so that's across. It's only a tiny amount, but it's just a little layer. So if we've got a liquid overlay, you can see this is 100 grams. It's barely anything. Although I do need enough water in here, so because it's going to be the steam room, of course. But yeah, if I do that, push that in, I mean that will just push this gas. It will probably delete it. So if I may need to open this tile up, but I don't need to pump this at all. Ah, that's going to ruin my vacuum, but I can push the... I can push some more oil through there later on. So that's fine. So we'll just fill this up with a layer of water, and then we're going to need the water to turn into steam as well, so it's kind of kills two birds with one stone. There we go. So that's already gone across, but we need more than that, obviously. We do actually need enough water in here to make steam. I can just take this pump out. I mean, that's not necessary. Built all that for nothing. Well, I came up with a clever idea in the meantime. Cool. Right, so they're just finishing sweeping those last little bits. That room's done. We'll start building the dropping area for the magma. And that all needs to be vacuumed out as well. And we'll make that room, and then we'll start making the counterflow area. Just check oxygen's flowing back. It's just a bit slow. Right, so how are we doing? Okay, good. So that's a good amount. You see now this is a water, so it's just pushed it out. I can do that there. In fact, I can just use the delete trick. Oh no! It got there too quick. Beat me to it. Oh, and also I don't have any liquid in here. Ah. Come on. Yeah, they beat me to the punch there, I'm afraid. That damn volcano went off. So let's see. Should be fine. We've got some free aluminium at least. So, I need to turn this off. Okay, cool. So, got a tiny bit of sour gas. Alright, so that oil has just really flashed. And carbon dioxide. So this is not ideal. Okay, but we'll keep going. That should be fine. Fingers crossed. We'll have that water seed. So I think it's just the name of the game. We'll set up the petroleum boiler and set up the aluminium volcano. Yeah, really want to get this stable. We need to... Yeah. I tell you what, we should probably... I will just pump this out. I think that's probably the easiest way. Just put that back in. Excellent. We finished the hydrocarbon research even though we didn't get to space. Well, that's good, actually. That's really good. So I can use that. I much prefer using the petroleum stuff. It's just way easier. We've got some loaders which aren't necessary. I think I've got everything I need, which is awesome. I don't need anything else. I'm going to need that memory toggle. So actually I can kind of convert this straight into petroleum. We'll use that for a research rocket. Just checking. I've got enough aluminium, so we'll build a second one here. I was going to do a SPOM, so I'm going to use the snapshot tool. This is from the Blueprints mod, if you're interested, but so useful because I can just grab that and plop it here. So just tell them to leave some access. For now, we'll just continue to cross again, and we'll do the same double hydrogen generator. But really, I want to be thinking about trying to start doing infinite hydrogen storage. It's really the only way to build up enough hydrogen for rockets. It's always great to save the fuel source in one place. So I might have a think about that. Right, okay. It's just got no power. Okay, because I disconnect. Cool. Okay, that's gone underwater, but it should drop. We'll get that gas in. What's going on here? Right, so I think water's falling in, is it? It's just it got stuck here, slowly falling down. And then, so what we'll do, we'll let this vacuum out, and then we can use this bottle empty just to pour more water in. Although that's erupting very quickly, so we should probably do that now. Because I think... Oh no, there's 32 kilos of tile there. That's more than fine. So as long as we get this out, we'll be fine. Although, hold on. This hasn't got any coolant in, so I badly need to get some coolant. Right. Need to put some coolant in. So we'll do... this is just how to quickly move coolant in. Bridge on. This is what you have to do with super coolant as well, because obviously that kind of comes in bottles. So I'll just do the same thing. Now this will turn to steam. I want to probably kill the... Yeah, I want to kill the pump because I don't want to pump the steam out. Actually, the CO2's in there. Okay, we're making sour gas still, so this oil isn't really suitable in here. I mean, I did accidentally get it in the first place. I didn't actually mean to put the oil in, but I thought we'd be alright, but we are not alright. So this kind of sitting on. There you go. So we've still got more aluminium. I mean, this is... yeah, it's just useful stuff. I think what will happen is this will condense again, maybe? If this condenses the steam away, we can... we can then pump out the sour gas by itself, which is fine, and probably just mop up this oil. Let's see, I hope it does condense. If it doesn't, it'll be a bit of a pain. I mean, I suppose it's just one tile, so... and it's sinking as well, so I think if we mop down, we'd be fine. We'll work that one out. Cool. Another spom here. So I'll hook that one up. Right, so we're vacuuming out here. I wonder if this is a good idea though, because we're going to need to vacuum. We need to vacuum all this, so it's kind of like, as soon as you open it up again, it just wastes time. So actually we'll hold fire on that. Right, we've got a bit of liquid in here, so that's fine. And the fact we've got 100 kilos. Which might be enough, I might just need one more. We're going to set this, so if it's above, given we're just using normal water, no, let's just say, well, not 320, just 20. Obviously it takes 14 degrees off, so... I don't know, why isn't that working? It takes 14 degrees off, so you would need to use something over 14, otherwise the water will freeze. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so that water has condensed. Okay, but that wire melted. Okay, and that's done. Who's on this pump? I mean, come on, guys. Right, that's 150 kilos in there, which is more than enough to fill this cooling loop. So rebuild that. Let's see if we can pump this stuff out. I'm just dumping the sour gas up here. And we can probably ask them to mop this, otherwise we're just gonna... is that the petroleum? And that's fine. Okay. So we'll just kill that. Right, so that's now in and flowing. Excellent. Just prioritise this up. I've just bridged on to stop it clogging up. And we've got a bypass, and now this is cooling, so this will chill down the steam vent. It's important to cool the steam vent, otherwise you have problems. I'll do that. Right, now I'm just conscious as well this isn't vacuum locked because there's water getting in here all over the place, so we can solve that if we just get rid of this tile of water, turn it into a vacuum again. But in order to do that we need to stop it falling in, and then we need to delete it. So the deleting bit's easy. Right, why is this clogged? This is clogged because the overflow can't move because there's too much, so we'll just ask them to empty this out. So there's kind of 3 more packets than there should be because the overflow is shorter than the normal run. But we have a plumber. So 1, 2, and as soon as that one goes, okay, I'm not convinced this is fine. I might need to take another one out, but at least for now, yep. So this is trying to work itself out. This will collapse at some point. I just need to get this water out. Come on, guys. So fed up with these tubes. They're so slow. But yeah, once the water stops falling in, then this should now, yeah. So we can do the manual trick to make a tile and delete. And then this will form the vacuum on this square. And then the 2 oil tiles will hold it in. And the temperature's not a problem. Yeah, so this has jammed, which I thought. So this needs 1 more. Yeah, and we'll just delete that. And then that'll leave a vacuum there, and we'll be happy. Mop that up. Yeah, so that's now a vacuum. So that means this can be a hot steam room and nothing will ever get in. Just need to make sure this is working. And just empty 1 more pipe segment, which is what I thought, and now it'll spin, which is great. So just important to kill the steam turbine because it'll go over at 100 degrees and then stop working. And you can always put the aquatuner in the room because it's obviously already hot in there, so that's perfect. And then we can just pull these down because that's not needed anymore. Neither is that, and neither is that. So just tidy up this area. Just dig up there to make sure we can go across. Okay, that spawns in going. See, I assume Bubbles has done a lot of digging and no one's done a lot of building, so... Cool. Okay, oxygen's stable. Suits are up. Awesome. Right, okay, so everything's kind of stable now. We've made a little bit of sour gas. We're making a lot more later on. But yeah, so now this is perfectly liquid locked. So this oil's 100 degrees and this oil is 40 degrees, and they'll stay completely insulated because of this vacuum. That's all you need. You only need... What is well, there's 300 grams of oil there and there's 30 grams there, so 330 grams of oil is keeping a perfect vacuum liquid lock. And so much easier to make. We need to empty these. We can destroy them. It's a bit neater to empty them. And now we'll get unlimited aluminium forever. So this is just a quick volcano tamer. It is going to produce aluminium at, well, very hot temperatures. So if you wanted to, you could cool this down more. But I think the argument I've heard, and I can very much agree with, is that you don't really need to cool this down. I mean, the guys are only going to be picking it up in suits anyway, and they'll be building in suits. They're not going to sculpt themselves. But yeah, I mean, this is great. So just unlimited refined metal. Let's just watch the numbers go up. Just make sure everything's working alright. But yeah, it just comes out, heats up, powers on the steam turbine. This should be flowing. Is there still another one that needs to go? I put a little bit too much water in there. But it's fine. I mean, as long as this doesn't overheat, we'll be fine. You can see this is working, so... Cool, so that should do it now, fingers crossed. Just be careful it doesn't jam. If it jams, you need to empty it. Sometimes packets bounce through there. But yeah, it's just cooling down the steam turbine. That's perfect. We've now got another couple... Just dumps out a couple hundred kilos per go, I think. Cool, research is done. Excellent. Just grab some more. Printables. We'll have the food. Don't really want dupes. Shelf files will become food. And lots of it. Someone's made a mess. Because of course Turner's managed to do that. Here's a trick. If you don't want the pea getting in the base, get him to take the suit off and put it back on again. And now the pea is there and not in your base. And these germs will die very quickly in this heat. Okay, a little bit of bugging out, but turners are alive. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so we should build this. Get a magma in there. And then I was just having a look at this, so if we make this, I like making these too high, and then I tend to go something like that. I don't measure this out precisely, it's usually fine. So this is going to be the counterflow, and then I just put the little sink down here. Sink as in, I mean the place for the pump, which is going to be steel, of course. And then what I do to build this quicker, you build every other one, and then they can get in really easy, and they can also get down there, kind of like a plinko game. Then they can. So then we can also dig all this out, and that. But then I can make this drop as long as I want. So I'm just, to be honest, I'm going to copy this reference drawing, because otherwise I'll get this horribly wrong. So I think that goes like that. Why have I made this too deep? I don't know. I feel like that should be that. That looks a bit better. So we, yeah, but this comes all the way down. So I have the rover miner, so I'm just going to plan this out a little bit. Obviously, this isn't going to be in the right place exactly. So I think the rover miner, if I want, that needs to go there, and then I'm just going to pop these. I'm going to pop these in. This is obviously I'm not going to build it like this. So that's that, and then I think we've got some diamond tiles here, and the door goes there. So I think it's like that, and that means this needs to come down. And this can come down as far as we want. So I think that's the design. And I suppose I can actually build these out of aluminium, because that is what I will be building them from. Then we've got room to come in here. We can dig that out, so if they can come across, they can come down. That's cool. And then ideally we need to be able to wait for them to get in, because I like having this open. So as long as I put a liquid lock in here, that's fine. So will that work as a liquid lock? As long as we get a little bit of liquid on here and here, yes. Awesome. So that's going to be the counterflow. That's going to be the magma area. And this is going to be the petroleum area, which is quite tall. But that's fine. And we usually do... Okay, so we do that. No, hold on, we do that. Pull that in. And then... Gonna put the diamond temp shift into, I think diamond's at the start, yeah. Then we'll put the door and we'll put the tiles. I'm gonna use that design as is. And see how we go. So we can come in this way. Yeah. So we'll just build the structure. We'll build this, although I have got aluminium, so I wonder if this is too long, but the good thing about petroleum boilers is you can always tune them later, so you don't have to get it bang on with the length, because you can adjust the piping to make it work. So we'll do that, but we need that built. I think this is done. Just checking this area. I don't think there's anything more to do with this this volcano. It is finished, and it will just go on forever. So that is effectively complete. I can always change it up later. I'm thinking maybe to make it more compact, but it's pretty tight already, so that's all I need. I'll have to nab the aluminium out from inside, but it's vacuum sealed, so that's not a problem.